Bube, see how far you brought. Bube, I'm so glad you found me worthy. I can see, I can tell, and I know it's your grace. All my days I will sing your.
It's a mysterious thing to be around a mysterious man. Tell your neighbor.
It's a mysterious thing to be around a mysterious man.
Tell yourself, it's a mysterious thing to be around a mysterious man. Why? Why is it mysterious thing to be around mysterious man? This job you see, what you call job, I don't call it a job. I call it a lifestyle. I mean, what I'm doing is a mysterious thing. It's something you are doing physically, whereas it's a spiritual. You are relating the spiritual world to the physical. You are telling the physical people how the spiritual world is all about. It's a mysterious something. Trying to communicate the supernatural world to the natural world. Trying to, well, you cannot do this and succeed when you are not called. Tell your neighbor. You're a pastor, you're a preacher, you're a Christian. What you are doing in the vineyard, you cannot do it and succeed when you are not called. Because it's a mysterious something. Mysterious. Something you have dreamt. Many of you have dreamt back home, seen man of God in the dream. Many of you saw me before coming here. And as I'm here like this, some people, they saw this dressing I put on. They say, this is how I saw him in my dream. What? How did you see me in the dream with this dress, which you don't even know I'm going to put on today? And I put it on today. Are you seeing something mysterious here? This job, how you call it? I call it a lifestyle. It's a mysterious something you can't understand. And for you to do it and succeed, you need a call. You need a word. Think about it. A man coming to you, telling you your problems, something you discussed back home, something you discussed back home before coming, and the man comes before you, seeing him for the first day, he too seeing you for the first day, and telling you exactly what you discussed back home or what you are going through. But he's in the physical world, but he's telling you what he was not there. This is a mysterious something. A man is here before you, is telling you how your village looks like. What happened to your village? Learn to see God spiritually. Which kind of man is this? It's mysterious. Though you see me with a shirt, with a trousers, no, I'm not here. I'm just here to talk with you. That man that talks, that air that talks, that spirit that talks. The man in me, that spirit in me, that air in me that talks, that prophesy, is not coming from book which I studied in school. Jesus was born from a no family, a no village. He was Christ the King, but found in the manger. Tell your neighbor, Jesus was Christ the King, but found in the manger. Rise up on your feet. Tell your neighbor, say Jesus. Say Jesus was Christ the King, but found in the manger. It's a parable. It's a parable. Jesus was Christ the King, but found. No, I came to see Prophet Boris. No, this man, the one you see is Mr. Agbonto Boris. That man they call prophet is that air. It's something spiritual. And it did not come because I went to Bible school or I was trained by all. The job is mysterious. I'm with you now, but I'm not with you. And to prove to you that I'm not with you is revealing to you what the people I am with are telling me. This job is spiritual. That is why you are here, God takes my spirit to your home and walk. I walk spiritually. But people will not understand. It's not something you say, I go to Bible school, I have my diploma, my certificate, blah, 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 blah. No. It's more to that. It is good to go to Bible school to gain knowledge. But this job is more to that. Because you can still have the certificates and you're a smoker. You can still go to Bible school, you're a smoker, you're a drunkard, you're a liar, you're a murderer. They don't stop you to kill in Bible school. They don't stop you to stop cigarette. They don't stop you to stop drinking alcohol. What gives you the grace to stop drinking alcohol is grace from God, not Bible school. Tell your neighbor, cherish your own. I can hear you. One another. Cherish your own. Cherish your own. Cherish your own. Love your own. Bless your own. Help your own. Grow your own. There are prophets who called themselves, not God called them. But there are others who God. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 4 and 5. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 4 and 5. I read in the Spirit of the Lord. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, verse 5, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Ask your neighbor, where? Before you were born, I set you apart. That word apart is what I want to talk about. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Verse 10. Let's go to verse 10. See, that is the mission of Jeremiah now. This the mission, the assignment. See, today, I appoint you over nations. Appointment over nations and kingdoms, to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant. Who am I to build here in the church today? Who is ready for God to use prophet and build? Are you sure you want God to use me and build you? Listen, what did he say there? He said, before you came, I knew you. I said, thank you, yes. Oh, it means before I was born, he created me already. Woo! That one is for me. Now for you, in verse 10, he said to you, prophet, I'm giving you assignment. There are some people you need to build, but there are some things you need to uproot from their life. So who is ready here for prophet to build? Are you sure you are ready? God's prophets must be called by God, equipped and fortified by God's Spirit. God's prophets must be called by God, equipped and fortified by God's Spirit. A man can confess I'm a prophet without a calling from God. A man can profess I'm a teacher, I'm a pastor, I'm a Christian without the Spirit, without the calling from God. You need to be called for this job. It is not a job you go in with a human strength. Human strength will fail you. You cannot communicate God to people without God's Spirit. You cannot communicate God to his people without God's Spirit. It takes God's Spirit for a man to be a pastor, not theological certificates. It takes God's Spirit for a man to be a prophet, not theological certificates. It takes God's Spirit for a man to work for God. It takes God's Spirit for a man to serve God in truth and in spirit. It takes God's Spirit for a man to build a church, not money. It takes God's Spirit for a man to preach the word. It takes God's Spirit for a man to lead people, not money. It takes God's Spirit for a man to please God. It takes God's Spirit for a man to do all in the name of God. Don't do something for God because you want to. It will not last. Don't do something for God because you see yourself, I want to do it. It will not last. Well, when I finish here on Sunday, it does not end like that. Do you know how I sleep? All these demons, I say, out, you out, you out, you out. Do you think they just go like that? They have to come back. Sir, why did you send me out? Can you clap for Jesus? Sir, I have been in this woman enjoying myself for 10 years. You just came and said, out. Why now, sir? Why? Sir, I have removed the children from this woman's womb and you just came and used your mouth and say, be restored. Why, sir? Why? It's not an easy thing. You just see it Oh, Prophet Boris is resting, is like that, is enjoying. Yes, I'm enjoying by the grace of God. But it takes spirit to live the kind of life I live. Because without spirit, it's not like that. And many of us cannot reap from a prophet because we lack to understand the atmosphere around a prophet. I say it again. Many of us cannot receive from a prophet because we lack to understand the kind of atmosphere that the prophet carries. Viewers at home, as far as you know that the captain God has given you people here in the temple is Prophet Boris to carry you along. Even Prophet Boris is not in the church. Listen, his spirit, somebody say his spirit. A prophet who is called by God can never be loved, celebrated, and exalted where he's coming from. It takes God's spirit to identify God's servant. When looking, trying to know who is a man of God, don't check the physical qualities. Is he tall? Does he have a big stomach? How is his body? How does he dress? No. You will fail. To know God's servant, you must have God's spirit. It is God's spirit that opens your eye spiritually to know God's servant. Tell your neighbor, to know God's servant, you need God's spirit. It is God's spirit that opens your eyes spiritually to see God's servant. It's God's spirit. So now, who are you seeing? You see a man wearing shirt, right?
Yes, Prophet.
And when you see the man wearing shirt, the man wearing shirt cannot give you anything because he's a man. But when you see the spirit in him, it is the spirit in him. The woman with the issue of blood. He said, I'm seeing the spirit in that man, the man of Galilee. Let me go. The crowd stood. He said, no. Though I am seeing the crowd, I'm not here for the crowd. I am here for the spirit I'm seeing in that man, the man of Galilee. What are you saying? What are you saying? See beyond, to have beyond. See beyond, to have beyond. Modernity. Modernity has destroyed Christianity. Viewers at home, a prophet of God remains a tool in the hands of God. A tool of redemption, a tool of salvation, a tool of redemption that is bringing God's people back to him. A tool of salvation. God's prophet has never been a man of man. A true prophet of God can never be a man of man. He remains a man of God. Why are you here? You are here to encounter God. But why can't you encounter God? Why? The way you see spiritual things. 1 Samuel chapter 10 from verse 5 to 7, you will see clearly how instruction was given to Saul. And Saul met the prophets, and Saul became a prophet. Though he was anointed to be a king, the environment of a prophet matters. Just coming here, ordinary days, praying on the altar, it means a lot. Though I cannot be here, I may not be here physically, but I'm here spiritually. A prophet of God is a channel of communication, a channel of love, a channel of peace, a channel of forgiveness. God's prophets can never be celebrated in their own town and can never be exalted. But no matter what you say against God's anointed, can never change the anointing. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.